Phil Ebner here with OnlineCourseMasters.com and VideoSchoolOnline.com, and today I'm answering a question from a student in the Online Course Masters course. So this student asked or says, I'm in a bad financial situation and I need to make some money from online courses. Unfortunately, I don't have an audience yet. How do I make a couple $100s a month? So, and I'm not including the student's name for privacy, but first off, just with these Q&A questions, these are more off-the-cuff answers, and I allow all my students to ask me questions via the course page, and I answer the questions this way. So hopefully this can help you in the course, but also anybody else watching this online. So this is a very tricky subject because my advice actually is always with online courses to not do it for the money, especially when you're starting out. I do see a lot of people coming into online courses and trying to teach online courses to make money. And yes, it's could be a very fruitful way to make money. It's very rewarding. You get to teach people and help people at the same time of making money, and at the same time you get to be your own boss. You get to have your own schedule, you run your own business, which can be stressful, of course, but it's I can't complain that I'm able to do this. That being said, when you're just getting started out, I have always found that even in my life, but also seeing other people who do this, when they're focused on making money, they're not as successful because they're focused on the wrong thing. They're focused on, how do I get this class out quick enough? How do I make sure that this is the course that has the potential for making the most money, which is not a bad thing. But when you're starting out, it takes a while to learn how to be an online teacher. It takes a while to learn how to make great courses that people actually love. And so if you're just trying to get a course out there in a very popular topic, there's already a lot of other content out there that's really high quality. And if yours isn't as good, then people aren't going to like your course. You're going to get poor reviews, and that's going to shorten the lifespan of your course. So no, it's not impossible to create courses in competitive niches and have success. But if all you're focused on is how to make money from it, that's hard. So I know I'm not really answering your question. I'm not telling you how can you make a couple $100s a month when you don't have an audience, because the question is being asked from a situation that's dire. There's other ways to make money. If you need a couple $100s extra a month, I'll link to an article actually by a good friend from Side Hustle Nation. Nick Loper lists a list, I forget how many it is, it's like 100 or something, side gigs where you can get started right away. Online courses are hard to start right away, but at the same time, they can last longer and they can be more passive than other side gigs where you're trading your hours for dollars. But that being said, if you need money right now, there's other ways to make money. Okay, all that being said, I'm going to answer your question, because whether you need money or not, how can you be successful with online courses when you don't have an audience? And the main way is that you have to start building your audience from the get-go. In the modern online course world, there are not many niches where there's not a course, but there's a high demand. Yes, there actually are some. And if you compare content, if you do some validation, if you're in the course, watch the lesson on validation. If you do some validation on YouTube and Amazon and even on Udemy or Skillshare, and you find that there is a popular subject with content on, again, YouTube, Skillshare, and Amazon, but not on Udemy, then you might be able to have a lot of initial success with that course. But you really do have to start slow. It's a snowball approach. If you don't have a big audience, it's going to be really hard to jump right in and start making a lot of money. I didn't start that way. It's always been a very slow snowball approach for me, where it started out really small, but as I continue to make more courses and grow my audience, the income and everything kind of grew and grew and grew. So your goal should be to have long-term success with your online courses and not worry about trying to make a couple $100 this month or even next month. It might take a few months for you to do that, but focus on creating great course content that people love, because if you do that, then you will be repaid in the long run. If you give away a ton of great free content with your own website and your own brand on social media and YouTube and other places you can give away content, people are going to love you and start building an audience for you that you can later sell to. So the purpose or the goal is not to make money, especially initially. The purpose is to create great content, great courses that people love, so people can start to love, know, and trust you, basically. So hopefully this kind of helps. Hopefully it answers some of your questions. Of course, if there's anything else specific that I can answer, I don't actually know who asked these questions. It's all anonymous. So if you are listening to this or watching this and I didn't answer your question, follow up with another one. I would love to help out even more. Thanks so much, and we'll see you in another Q&A.